So, hey, Chucklefucks, it's me, what's it called? Dark Raku. Back with a, what's it called? What if Issei had three dead brothers and, had abilities? Part 3. Now, what's it called? What else am I gonna say? Oh, yeah. This is part 3. Yesterday I didn't actually record any videos. It's because I was actually coughing way too much. Today is probably the same, but I don't cough. I didn't cough that much all day, but yeah. Other than that, wait. Other than that, what's it called? So yeah. So let me begin into this. What's it called? What if? And let me not. What's it called? I'm on way too much, but yeah. Let me just begin into what if. Okay. So we begin into Issei last time. Issei is right now having copy manipulation ice spears. Well, not ice spears, ice swords. Around the descendant of Bazil, or whatever. The true descendant of Bazil. This is where, the true descendant of Bazil say, what the? This is, what are you? This is where we look at Issei. Issei has 4 wings in total. Right now, he also has 2 devil wings kind of spraying from his back, since he is a devil and all that. But that's not the problem. His 4 wings are all different color. One is crimson red, well, has a very crimson red aura around it, but it's purely black. One is pure white, but has this kind of like emotionless, hollowish kind of aura. One is purely kind of a bluish color, but it's like the flowing wave of water it is. And the last one, the wing of emptiness, the void, the infinite void, is, well, the aura of it kind of flowing through it. This is where, well, not even time or space can kind of break this wing. This wing is so powerful that it legit just bends time and space. This is where, well, we go into Issei. Issei's face did get covered up with a hollowified mask that is purely black with crimson red eyes. Slick crimson red eyes. But it's not just slick. In the middle of the eyes, it is, what's it called, slick. But then it just appear a bluish, well, not bluish star. It, well, turn, well, it's not crimson red, it's purple. It's an infinite void of purple eyes. Of course, it has this crimson red kind of color around it tinted. Now, of course, it's slick, but of course there's another, like a little star, a bluish, flowish star kind of in the slick red eyes. This is where, well, Issei's hollowified mask mostly looks like the Vasta Lord, but has a crimson kind of like colors around it. This is where, well, he spreads out horns like a demon. A tail appears behind him like a demon also. This is where, well, his clothing completely changes. It's kind of like this black color, but at the same time this blue color. His aura is weird because it's almost just hatred and despair in, well, this aura color. This is where, well, it's mostly so much despair that he has. So much of it that a lot of people in the underworld and even outside the underworld can feel it. This is where, well, the Crimson Red Dragon can't get a containing hold of its user. Right now, the Crimson Red Dragon is trying to get a hold of Issei, but he can't. Of course, luckily his user didn't go into Juggernaut Overdrive, or mostly Juggernaut Drive, because that would have taken lifespan, but right now he can't even get through the thick wall of despair that's right now blocking him from Issei. And so where, well, we go into Issei's mind. I should have died, I should have died. All you hear is I should have fucking died. This is where, well, we go outside, and all, well, everyone hears is this screech of roar. Okay, before I go on, warning if anyone's hearing this on headphones and all that other stuff, and good luck with your ears. Bye. Yeah, but other than that, let me go back to what if everyone just hears a screeching roar. This is where, well, a Clover Grimoire appears. This Grimoire now appears five, well, not five swords, four swords in total. All of them having this black or reddish energy in them. Well, not all of them appeared. Mostly the Demon Slasher appears. This is where, well, in Issei's other hand appears the White Hollowest Sword. That's what it's called, the White Hollowest Sword. This is where he combines them both together, even in the stage of rage, despair, hatred, anger. All these emotions are clouding Issei's mind, and no way Issei can think right now. This is where, well, we go into outside. Everyone is seeing this. This is where, well, Drake managed to contact Rias and tell Rias to leave and everyone else. Right now, Issei is right now in so much despair and hatred that he can't even get through his, well, what's it called, user's kind of head. This is where he tells Rias to kind of leave, where he tries to figure out how to get Issei back into normal. This is where, well, the Bezel kind of descended and said, "What is this bullshit?" Or his name was Shala or some whatever bullshit like that. This is where he says, "Whatever, I should be taking you out, you princess." This is where swords actually stab upon him. This is where, well, he say, "Damn it." This is where, well, Issei appears. Right now swinging the demonic hollow sword at, well, Shala, whatever his goddamn name is. Okay, I don't remember. I didn't give a shit that much. I just remember he was just cannon fodder and got fucked up in, what's it called, original canon. But yeah, in the movie and original canon, he got fucked up. But yeah. I should also mention, before I actually continue on, I have watched what's it called Season 5. Well, it's kind of Season 8 and where I'm actually watching it, but it's actually Season 5. Because if you don't count the filler. But, what's it called? Yeah, skip all the filler mostly. But, of course, yeah, I'm actually can't wait for Season 5. Or, I'm not on Season 5, I'm Season 4. But I can't wait for Season 5. No. I guess the anime did kind of make me want more. Not any more of the fan service, but the animation, or, well, yeah, whatever. But, what's it called? Not the point. Let me go back into what if. But, yeah, other than that, let me go back. So, this is where, well, Issei is right now, well, looking at, well, Issei is looking at, well, the Shala, whatever his goddamn name is. This is where, well, Shala kind of just says, "I won't die until a huge red blast from Issei's head, like horns that were protruding from his face, or mostly his head, kind of made this red blast that annihilated the whole kingdom or castle, floating thing, whatever. Mostly the building, destroying it, and of course almost annihilating the guy who had swords around him. This is where he lost an arm, mostly his left arm. He was in rage, Shala, or whatever the hell his name was again. This is where, well, Shala was saying, "You bastard." This is where Rias and the others were outside. And hearing the screaming and, what's it called? Not reach it. The scream and rage. The murderous just scream. The berserk scream. The scream of despair. This is where, well, we go into, well, Valley, well, not Valley. Valley and his, what's it called, friends, or not friends, mostly team, and finding, well, what's it called, Asui, or not Asui, Asa, or not Asa, what's it called? So they found Azia. This is where, well, well, something is strange. Valley kind of felt Issei's power, but it's not entirely there. Actually, it feels the same as, well, what's it called, that time where Issei would have actually like obliterate him and what's it called, his teammates, if it wasn't for them just jumping back into the portal. Actually, they also found out one thing. They almost did get hit if they weren't actually near the portal. The portal actually got bended and ripped apart a little bit by the red blast, mostly that Issei must threw at them. This is where Issei didn't seem to actually care about them being there, and seemed really, like, not even fully there, actually. Vali is kind of confused, but this is where he decides to kind of change his plans from finding the dragon of domination to go in towards Issei. It's just because he's confused. This energy of Issei's is not entirely Issei's. Actually, it kind of feels like four different people, but mostly into one. Just out of rage, despair, and anger. Just where, well, he doesn't understand, but of course, this is where, well, they're going there. This is where, when Rias is outside, they see him fighting against Shala. Shala is right now saying, "What are you? What the fuck are you? You're no dragon. What the hell are you anyway?" This is where Issei doesn't say anything, just breathes out, and then jumps in the air, rushing towards the Shala, grabbing him from the face, and just smashing his head into the ground in an instant without a care in the fucking world. This Issei seems not to really care about a lot of things. This is where, well, Shala tries to use his magic to try to blast Issei away. Mostly with the car doing the holy light thing or whatever it's got them caught. When you manage to kind of get up, sorry about coughing. Like I did mention in the beginning, I will be coughing throughout this video, but yeah. This is where, well, Shala tries to do the lighting, and this is where Issei is feeling this lighting. But this is where, well, instead of dividing it, he does divide it, even though he doesn't have the red crimson like Juggernaut drive and all that. This is where, well, he kind of doesn't say divide, but this is where, well, this energy changes. Mostly his own energy starts changing into actually dividing the magic. Even though it's not Drake saying it, because Drake is still trying to get a control of his host, because, well, truly his user is right now not in the best shape in mind and desires. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into Issei. I should have fucking died. Issei still is just out of despair and anger. This is where, well, we go outside into the Issei. This is where this Issei right now sends another red blast from his head straight towards Shala. Shala says, "Damn it, Vali, why do you fucking still get in my way? I won't die." He says, "I'm going to leave instead." This is where, well, something happens. His magic circle stops all of a sudden, and of course he then gets obliterated. This is where, well, they ask what's it called, well, Gasper, and if he tried to stop it, mostly Kiba asked, but Gasper says, "I didn't do anything." Kiba is confused. He does remember what's it called, Issei doing something similar to that, like last time, fighting against what's it called, Loki, but in that time he looked to be not there entirely, and in this one he looks like to be even further from anyone, just way into nothing but despair and hatred. He wasn't even there entirely when they were going to school and all them other things. Actually, the time where all of this kind of changed is the time when they were kind of watching those kind of videos, or mostly a video of Issei when he was younger. He had brownish hair and other things, and then saw three other people. Mostly three other people that kind of resembles of Issei's having family, or older brothers, or two older brothers and one younger sibling. So of course, this is where Kiba says, "Could it be?" He's trying to think, but this is where, well, Issei is still enraged, and this is where he sends another red blast, but this time just randomly, not caring or whatever. This is where it destroys just pillars. Now, this is where Rias says, "Damn it, what should we do?" This is where she's trying to think and trying to get Issei back. Issei is not in Juggernaut Drive, and they don't even know what the hell Juggernaut Drive is exactly, because in this one, Issei is not in it. But of course, even though Issei is not in it, this is where, well, everyone is still kind of worried about Issei. They don't want Issei to die or anything, so of course they're trying to think. But this is where Vali actually appears with the hold of what's it called Asui or not Asui, wait, I mean Azia. But yeah, of course it worked well. Sorry, this worked well. They're all still very confused, and of course it worked well. Azia is kind of just barely even awake and all that. This is where, well, Rias and the others kind of see this, and this is where Vali says, "So, where's Issei?" This is where, when Vali kind of looks down to see Issei, Issei is not in Juggernaut Drive, which you was expecting him to be in Juggernaut, or, yeah, Juggernaut, or, not Jugger, yeah, basically just Juggernaut, but yeah. But, of course, he's not in it. Of course, this is where, well, he's confused. This is where he asks Rias and what he's in right now. This is where Rias kind of looks confused and she doesn't even know. But all they know is Issei isn't truly too much in despair entirely. Vali's confused, but of course, well, Vali doesn't know if he can be able to go against this Issei. Perhaps he can, but pretty much this Issei seems to be different. Two problems are in this kind of case. First, Issei doesn't seem to be using the Red Dragon Emperor power at all. Not even a single bit. But of course, there's actually also something different about Issei. The wings. The wings that Issei has. Vali noticed them all, and all of them has this different type of ability entirely. The red and black one seems to give out this energy of just hatred, malice, and other things. Mostly rage, but yeah. It's where the bluish one gives out this flowing, calm energy. But yet, a little bit of, well, yeah, flowing, calm energy, but yeah. This is where, well, the white one gives this hollowish, emotionless aura. And then mostly the other two devil wings are just normal devil wings, but then there's the last one, the sixth one. The sixth wing is this kind of empty infinity void. It gives out this weird kind of like empty infinity void in it. Like anything that goes in it, even light or anything, just gets destroyed. This is where, well, gravity seems to also be bending around this wing. So where, well, while Issei's going in rage and berserk, this is where, well, Irina actually appears saying, "Hey guys." This is where, well, they're confused because, yes, Vali did ask about the whole music, but he doesn't know this shit's going to work on Issei. And yes, I'm actually going off the movie, but yeah, it was funny as hell. But this is where, well, Irina kind of says, "So I got mostly something that might help." This is where, oh, she says, "I don't know if that will help because he's not in Dragon State, actually." This is where, well, they said, "Okay, so you gotta just figure out how to get him to Dragon State." This is where Irina says, "Yeah, I don't actually know what the hell that is exactly." This is where, well, all of them says, "You neither? Well, shit, we're in best of luck here." This is where, well, mostly Irina says, "So yeah, I think Azel did say something about telling you something. I don't remember. But we should definitely play the song." This is where, well, this is where the song goes on. It's going 3, 2, 1, and this is where it just goes on with the whole groping dragon. Groping dragon. You are not gonna remember. It was the most funniest thing for me just to be laughing on that day, but yeah. This is where, well, even though my throat fucking hurt like a bitch, but, and I did cough a lot, but yeah. But of course, not the point. This is where, well, Issei calms down for a little bit and sees this. This is where Issei kind of just looks confused. Because yes, he had to do this one time. Because, well, you see here, before the whole thing of his transformation, Sir Zax did ask him to kind of come and do this before. And of course, who writes the lyrics where, what's it called, Sir Zax and Azo, but yeah. This is where Issei is just looking at this out of kind of cringe a little bit. It did kind of get to him, mostly from his like deep shell of despair and hatred around him, and of course just malice. But of course it managed to get through, and Issei is hearing this. This is where, well, all of them kind of, well, mostly look at this, and this is where they look at Iron and say, "Hey, it's not my fault." As they'll say something about this. This is where, well, what just says, when did Issei have time for this? This is where, well, they kind of are confused. This is where, well, Holly says, this is interesting, but there probably is a way to get him back into state. It would have probably worked with Juggernaut, but I don't know. It looks like he's calm for a little bit. This is where, well, they look at Rias, and Rias is the only one that might have to bring Issei back if he's still a pervert and other things. But yeah, this is where, well, Volley goes down there, and of course, where, well, he did kind of go into Juggernaut Drive, and of course, did kind of use divide on Issei, and it was kind of working. It was dividing his magic, but it then kind of not became magic, and actually managed to erase divide by, well, from, well, Volley. When Volley almost got close, one of Issei's wings, the red one, and, well, mostly red and black one, swings a slash. They almost hit Volley, and Volley's magic actually got erased. Almost. This is where, well, Volley went in his eyes, while he kind of just said, "Fuck this." This is where, well, he realized that Issei in this transformation seems to be a little bit different, because that wing seems to be more dangerous than normal, or anything. Actually, those wings entirely seems to be really dangerous, even the demonic wings, because those demonic wings don't seem to be actually entirely normal, actually. This is where, well, he actually managed to get a better look, but yeah. This is where, well, he then kind of hoped that Rias might be able to bring Issei back. When Rias gets down there, she kind of says, "Issei." This is where, well, the kind of monstrous kind of transformation of Issei looks towards Rias. It's where, well, this Issei doesn't seem to be screaming right now, and roaring and raging and other things. Instead, it just looks in front of him. This is where we go into Issei's mind. Issei is saying, "What is happening? What is that noise? What is that voice? It sounds beautiful." This is where, well, Issei, for some reason, felt three hands just touching at his back. This is where, when he turns around, once he turned his head, he saw what appears to be his three brothers. This is where Issei says, Issei's eyes widen. This is where, well, all of them says, "You know, I didn't expect you to be having this much despair and hatred. We didn't really want you to have this much." This is where, well, mostly the oldest said. The, well, kind of second oldest kind of said, "Pretty much, I just wanted you to be happy and not be like me, too emotionless. I was kind of given mostly a lot of power and knowledge, but yet I was emotionless. I had weaknesses and faultness and other things. I guess the disease was something that probably kill me, but yeah, or not probably kill me to relieve me from my stress and pain." This is where, well, he kind of tried to smile, a weak smile towards Issei, and Issei kind of said, This is where his oldest one did actually smile also, but yeah, a bright, kind of nice smile, another that Issei does remember from just fragments of memories. Now they all look to be just palish, kind of grayish white, meaning that looked like to be ghosts, but when Issei kind of remembers them, they kind of became to full kind of color and view. This is where, well, he then looks at the youngest. The youngest says, "Hey." This is where the youngest says, "Hey, I might be the youngest, and I might not know much about love, but you should probably at least listen to your girlfriend when she's kind of calling out your name. Just go get her. Go get her, tiger." This is where Issei's face becomes kind of pinkish. She's like, "What?" This is where all of them say, "Yeah, that's true. You should probably do that." This is where Issei say, "Huh?" wait, what are you, this is where, well, they all kind of just smile and say, just go. Stop worrying about the past. You've been worrying way too much. Also, next time, don't do that too many suicide attempts. Sorry, say, you knew about that? Yeah, we had to just stop each and every last one of them. That's where Issei starts crying, tearing up. That's where, well, Issei, I'm sorry. This is where they kind of hug Issei before kind of just pushing him off. This is where, well, all the despair and hatred that was all around him just dissipates. This is where, well, Issei then hears the voice of Rias and then sees kind of an image of Rias. This is where he follows it and then leads into this bright white light. This is where, well, we go outside. The mask starts kind of cracking. The horn starts breaking off. This is where Issei's, well, it was a long, mostly his hair was actually long, white and black together. It was pretty long. It looked like Ichigo's. Yes, he was in Vassalor, I should mention. And yes, Issei is going to have a similar form to Vassalor, but yeah. But of course, well, Issei's kind of hair went back. But of course, well, the mask is breaking. The 6 wings that he had entirely kind of just went back. I mean, all of them. Well, mostly the 2 normal double wings, who were actually not even actually normal in the first place, went back to normal and then just went back into Issei's body, while the other 4 wings just dissipated and went back into Issei's body. This is where also the hollowest demon slasher actually went into, well, separate and then just went into the sword, while the white hollowish blade kind of went into Issei's body. Mostly dissipated, turned, doesn't went in there. Yeah. This is where, well, we go into Issei. Issei's eyes, instead of being just powerful kind of eye or whatever, it just went back into his normal crystallized blue eyes. That's where one of Issei's eyes closes and the other is still open. That's where he sees Rias, and of course Rias is showing off her jugs. That's where, well, Issei says, Rias? He falls down into her kind of pillows while Issei kind of going to sleep. But yeah, that's where, well, Issei's hair did actually become fully white. It didn't become any black. It became fully white, meaning all the kind of black hair kind of just became white. The reason why it was black in the first place is because of all the despair, hatred, and anger that he had in the beginning. Now that it's no longer within his body, it kind of just became fully white. But yeah, mostly a sign of being freed from the hatred and emotions that he kind of built up for like the last couple of years. But yeah, that's where, well, we go into Issei. Issei waking up, and this is where, well, Issei kind of just say, my head. That's where, well, Issei didn't actually like stood up and all that. He just kind of looked to the side and sees Rias. Rias sleeping, of course, having no clothes right now. And this is where Issei's face is kind of red, but at the same time, Issei's beautiful red hair. This is where, well, Issei then looks down and says, oh god, I'm gonna probably bleed my nose. This is where Issei feels like he's going to have a blood nose. And this is where, well, Issei said, but she's really... This is where Rias opened her eyes and said, oh hey, Issei. This is where she she didn't notice. I mean, not she, mostly, what's it called? She said, hey Rias, not Rias, Issei. She kind of noticed his, like, crystallized blue eyes, but yeah. This is where, well, when she looks at the crystallized, voidish blue eyes, she kind of says, so beautiful, but yeah. But of course, this is where, well, when that happened, that's where, well, Rias says, so beautiful. That's where Issei says, what? What do you mean, beautiful? That's where, well, Issei realized that he doesn't have his shades or even a blindfold on. And this is where Issei says, oh, that. oh. This is where Rias kind of like grabs his head and just push it into her kind of like bosoms. This is where Issei was about to have a blood nose and actually passed the fuck out. But of course, Issei managed to stop himself and kind of say, Rias. This is where, well, he tries to kind of like put his arm mostly to the bed so he can actually kind of get up a little bit, but he grabbed instead of her kind of pillows and squished him. This is where she kind of gets out this kind of like small little, well, girlish scream a little bit. It wasn't like an actual scream, but you know, it's a moan. Of course, where Issei fully blood nose and kind of passed the fuck out, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is gone, and this is where, well, we go into a time skip. Issei is right now waking up, and this is where Issei said, God, what the hell just happened? This is where, well, Rias said, you passed out. And, I mean, it was kind of 3 a.m. in the morning, but yeah, luckily you went back to sleep. This is where Issei said, why did I pass out? You kind of squeeze Groping Dragon. This is where, well, Issei says, don't remind me of that. I hate them, how they managed to make me get into that whole bullshit. This is where, well, Issei said, wait, do you mean, yeah, you basically grabbed mine. This is where Issei was about to have another blood nose until Rias said, hey, but still, don't have another blood nose because, well, it's already the morning. So Issei says, oh, sorry about that. This is where Rias says, no, it's nothing to be apologizing for. I kind of like it. This is where Issei almost died, but yeah. This is where, well, Rias says, are you gonna just stop doing it? This is where Issei says, maybe. This is where, well, Rias says, okay, well, let's go, Issei. Or should I say, white hair Issei? This is where Issei says, huh? So he looks at her confusedly because he should be having black hair also. But this is where, well, when he kind of gets up and looks at the mirror, he realizes he has no clothes. Well, except for his boxers, but he also realized that his hair is purely white. It looks straight up like, if you want to have a like reference of image, it looks like Gojo. Pretty much his hair straight up just looks like Gojo's. But yeah, it's where Issei says, my hair. It's where he kind of like pokes at the kind of spots that should have been black and realizes that it's purely white. That's where Issei says, that's impossible. No, it should have been, what? That's where Issei seems to be confused, but that's where Rias kind of like presses herself up towards Issei's back, and that's where Issei kind of just shakes and says, Rias? That's where Rias says, what? Can I do this? This is where, well, Issei said, yeah. This is where, well, Rias says, you know, you really do become cute when you blush like that. Issei says, this is where, well, Rias says, well, we should be probably going. This is where Issei does grab her from the hand, and this is where Rias says, huh? This is where, when she turns around, this is where Issei just planted a kiss into her, well, own mouth, but yeah. This is where, well, Rias widened her eyes. Didn't expect Issei to kind of be a little bit aggressive, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei did this just because he wanted to add what's it called, his energy into Rias, kind of destroying the curse that actually went into her from Loki, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, sorry about that. This is where Rias says, no, you don't need to be sorry about that. This is where Issei says, we should probably get changed. This is where, well, their faces are both red. Mostly, Issei has a very reddish color, well, kind of a reddish mixed with his, well, mostly like a lightish, well, brightish kind of pink color. While, well, Rias has a reddish color, but yeah. This is where, well, they kind of went to change, but yeah. This is where Issei is kind of just wearing fully black and looking straight up like Gojo. And of course, we're kind of like black and purple while wearing a black blindfold. This is where Rias is kind of wearing her uniform, and this is where they get outside. This is where Rias is confused why he's wearing that blindfold, because she actually pouts a little bit. This is where Issei says, oh, sorry about my blindfold. It's pretty much, my eyes pretty much hurts when I look around way too much and overuse them. Pretty much my eyes became something different. You can call them the 6 eyes, I guess. This is where Rias kind of sighs, but yeah. this is where, well, they mostly leave from the room and all that, mostly the room they were in. And of course, they get outside. But of course, well, what happened next was kind of unsurprising. Mostly when everyone not bursts through the room. Mostly Rias and Issei kind of get downstairs because they are in the Grimoire kind of household. And of course, they kind of go towards to kind of eat and other things. Mostly Rias is kind of holding on to, well, not holding on, mostly kind of bringing Issei along. But yeah, that's where Issei kind of grabs her hand, and this is where Rias kind of blushed. But yeah, that's where Issei says, "Oh, sorry about that." This is where, well, Rias says, "No, it's fine." This is where, well, they hear also like a like clearing their throat and other things, and this is where both of them kind of just freezes and turns around and sees Sir Zax. This is where both of them kind of blush and looks away. This is where, well, Sir Zax says, "So, what were you two doing?" This is where, well, Issei says, nothing at all. You don't need to think about it too much. This is where, well, Sir Zax says, interesting. So, Rias, what were you two doing? And this is where, well, Rias says, exactly nothing. It was just, holding arms just to see if, Issei is still shaking from his transformation. Yeah. This is where, well, Sir Zax says, okay, sure, I'll buy that for now. This is where, well, both of them just blush, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into mostly the table, but yeah, this is where, well, Ria's parents are kind of there, even Sir Zax and his child, and also, well, Rias. And of course, Issei is there sitting next to Rias, but yeah. This is where, well, the others are actually there, but yeah. This is where, well, they're kind of eating properly, and this is where Issei says, I never did learn how to eat properly. Fuck! He says in his head because he never did learn how to do that. This is where Issei says, wait, I can just copy the motions, hand motions. He looks at Kiba, and of course realizes that, yes, his blindfold's fucking him over, but yeah, for a little bit. But of course he's just copying the hand motions before just trying to eat properly. This is where, well, Rias can actually notice this. This is where Issei did kind of put his blindfold a little bit down to look at Kiba just to see what he's actually doing. And this is where Rias noticed that he's basically copying somewhat the similar kind of style of what Kiba's doing to eat kind of properly. This is where Rias is kind of impressed. Now, this is where Sir Zax also notices it. And also someone else, mostly Azel. Azel is pretty impressed for Issei to kind of be doing this. He knows that Issei doesn't know anything but proper. This is where Issei just eats properly and other things. He says, luckily for that, say my yes. This is where, well, Issei just says yes. But yeah, this is where, well, someone cleared their throat and of course says, so, Issei, are you really going to have, well, are you ready to have offspring to my daughter? This is where, well, Issei spits out the food and just, he kind of cleaned himself and says, what? He looks towards the, mostly towards the, right of himself to kind of look at, well, what's it called, Rias' father. And so Rias says, yeah, I'm just saying. I wonder if you two will be able to have kind of pink hair offsprings. This is where Issei is, This is where Ria's face becomes already red, and of course she is looking down in just embarrassment, but yeah, and also just fluster. This is where, well, Issei is just, just doesn't know how to answer that. He never was ever told what their offspring is just gonna look like. This is where Issei says, what do you mean? This is where, well, Rias' father says, well, I mean, since your hair is purely white and my daughter's hair is purely red, I'm just thinking, would it become pink, or would it kind of one become dominate from the other? I mean, since you are the male, your probably hair will probably show to be white, or Rias genetics will probably be red. Just saying. That's where Issei says, uh, uh, Issei is like, Issei said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. This is where Issei kind of gets up and just like walks away, but yeah, he gets out and just kind of like breathes out. Yeah, so where Issei is all flustered up. He's like, oh god, just gotta think of something. When I come back, what am I gonna say? Should I just wait it out? Issei says, well, I should probably wait it out. This is where, well, when he's leaving and all that's kind of like going to just wait it out. Azo kind of like got outside also, and of course, where, well, he says, Issei. This is where Issei says, yeah? This is where, well, Azo managed to catch up to Issei, and this is where, well, Issei said, do you need something? This is where Azo says, I'm not here to tease you, brat, or anything about that. I'm here to ask you, did you finally give up on those stupid little, well, tries of your life? So where Issei says, what are you talking about? I'm actually looking into your medical reports. And of course, ask your parents about suicide attempts. That's where Issei narrowed his eyes under his blindfold. Even though no one can see this, Azo kind of senses and might have narrowed his eyes. Issei said, what are you talking about? Suicide? I don't know what are you talking about. Azo says, you don't need to play dumb with me, kid. I'm not dumb. This is where Issei sighs and says, so what if I did that? It's all in the past. I don't care. This is where, well, Azo says, good to know that's all in the past. Just gotta make sure that you aren't gonna break Rias' heart. This is where, oh, Issei says, why would a fallen angel care so much? This is where, well, Azo says, well, you see here, kid. Well, see here, kid. He says, well, you see here, kid. A brat like you are kind of way too annoying half the damn time. Also, I gotta make sure that the Red Dragon Emperor doesn't have depressing thoughts. Even if I have to put a whole like pile of breasts right in front of him to make him happy. Or his illusion thought. But yeah. That's where, well, he says, about that. Yeah, never, needs to kind of just shake his head and say, never mind. Still, I don't have those thoughts anymore. Not anymore. I have another dream, but other than that, is not involved with you. This is where, as I say, this involves Rias. This is where Issei says, yeah. Why am I gonna tell you this? No, fuck off. Leave me alone. This is where Issei is right now blushing and just doesn't know how to answer the question. This is where Issei just walks away, just because he knows just to walk away. But yeah, Azo kind of just smiles. But yeah, we go into a time skip, and mostly they are kind of going back to, well, the school and all that, or mostly the human world. This is where everyone is kind of sighing. But yeah, this is where, well, Koneko is kind of just sitting on Issei's lap, and that's where Issei says, Koneko? This is where, well, Koneko just kind of meows, but yeah. This is where Issei is just confused, but yeah. This is where, well, Asui, not Asui, Asuna, not Asuna, oh, damn it, let me remember. Asuna, and also what's it called, Xenia and, well, Irina are kind of looking at Issei's hair. Also kind of messing with it for a little bit. This is where Rias kind of looking at this and quite annoyed, because she also does want to mess around with Issei's hair. Because it's actually very smooth. His hair seems to be spiky and all that, but it's really, really soft and smooth. Pretty, very soft and smooth. That's where Akane kind of is next to Rias, but this is where she managed to kind of get closer to Issei and of course just mess with his hair. But yeah, this is where what's it called, Fuck, I just said her name. Kaneko is just saying, hey, no fair, let me touch his hair. This is where Kiba and Gasper kind of just sighing, but yeah, this is where Kiba's kind of chuckling a little bit, yeah. Just because Issei's hair is the most smoothest out of everyone. This is where all of them are complaining. This is where Issei managed to teleport out of the group because they were all about to just start fighting for his hair until Issei appeared next to Rias, and this is where Issei says, God, they're troubling. This is where Rias kind of just touches his hair, and this is where Issei says, not you too. This is where Rias says, come on, it's just for a little bit. This is where Issei sighs and just says, fine. This is where, well, they all kind of say, Issei. This is where Issei says, okay, I gotta get up. This is where Issei kind of just snapped his fingers, and this is where he's gone. He just teleported. Appearing somewhere else, but yeah. This is where he's still on the train. He just is needing to get away from them. But yeah. This is where we go into, well, a time skip. But yeah, mostly back into, well, the house. Now, of course, when they kind of get home and other things, they see, well, Issei's parents get back from their vacation. Now, when they kind of see animals, they kind of look at them with confusement. And not screaming or shocking or anything like that. Now, they got there way earlier than what's it called, the others managed to get there. But yeah, this is where, well, they look at the animals. And of course, they have white fur and they kind of get reminded about, well, Issei's like brothers, and yeah. And this is where, well, it says, it does remind us of those. This is where, well, when Rias and the others say, oh, hey, what's it called, Issei's parents, this is where, well, they say, oh my god, you're all back. Where have you all been? This is where, well, when they see all of them, this is where, well, they see Issei come in last. And this is where they wind their eyes when they saw their, like, son having whitish hair. Whitish, brightish hair. This is where, well, it's purely white and silky and smooth. Of course, they don't know about this silky and smooth, but it looks kind of silky and smooth. This is where, well, Issei says, hey there, mom and dad, with an uncaring tone, but of course, most of them manage to catch that. This is where, well, this is where Issei's mom starts breaking down and crying and kind of saying, no, Issei, I can't let you die. This is where, well, Issei's dad says, this must be a joke. No, you must be having, like, you must have been bleaching your hair. This is where Issei says, oh, you're still worried about that. I'm not gonna die anytime soon. That's where, well, Issei seems to kind of become angry and annoyed with the fact that his parents are still with the antic bullshit of like his brothers. That's where, well, Issei kind of gets annoyed and just walks past. That's where, well, the animals kind of just runs up to Issei and kind of just jump around or kind of just be around him. That's where Issei managed to get to his room and just take along the animals. But yeah, that's where Rias says, hey, Issei. That's where she has never seen Issei this pissed. Well, kind of, but yeah. That's where, well, basically both of Issei's parents just kind of mention about, well, Issei's older brothers and youngest brother. But yeah, of course, where Rias is kind of shocked and horrified about, well, all the pain that Issei kind of had. Now, of course, Azzo was there, and he already knew about this shit. Yes, he was the first one to ever know about this, and of course, where, well, Rias and the others kind of ask why he never shared this information. This is where, Azzo say, because, well, look at the time, I gotta go. This is where Azzo kind of just disappears, but yeah, this is where they kind of say, bastard. But yeah. When Issei is in his room, but kind of just a little bit saddened and angry and other things, his parents, well, tried to comfort him, but that didn't work because Issei had his room locked. But of course, his room unlocked from, well, Kaneko kind of just punching through it and breaking it. This is where Issei kind of says, really? My door. This is where the animals are still around Issei, but mostly not around him, mostly they're sleeping already. Issei says, really? Punch my door? What was that for? This is where Kaneko says, that's just because you locked it. It's not my fault. I had to get in somehow. Issei says, oh, I'm guessing the others are back there with you. Mr. Kaneko says, no, they're not. Well, other than that, we should probably heal your body from molest. This is where, well, the other says, the door's open. This is where, well, they all rush in, sir, Issei says. And I thought you said you wanted to do this alone. This is where Kaneko says, damn it. This is where, well, such a father, she said, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of chuckles, but yeah. This is where, well, they all jump onto Issei, and Issei says, wait. This is where, well, Issei just kind of got suffocated, but yeah. He's now seen his, like, 3 other brothers. This is where they says, you dead? Damn, that was fast. I guess the curse of the family still works in our family if anyone has white hair. This is where we go into a time skip, but really, that didn't actually happen. This is where, well, Issei is right now at school, but yeah. Well, we go into a few, mostly months later. Of course, Issei has been bothered by so many females in the school from his just white, silky white hair. Of course, even, well, his old friends try to, like, fight him about this shit, and this is where Issei usually kicks him out of the way, but yeah. Now, it's been a couple of months, and of course, the school is actually going into Kyoko. But we go into mostly, well, the Grimmery family kind of going back towards, well, the Grimmery households. Now, of course, where, well, they get there, they are actually meeting what's it called, Cerberus, or whatever his name is. Mostly Rias' kind of cousin, but yeah. This is where he wanted to fight against Issei. Issei Hoshigo. Now, of course, Issei kind of changed his name to Issei Gojo, and of course, Rias disapprove of that, but yeah. But of course, Issei says it's Gojo, but yeah. Issei kind of just chuckles, but yeah. This is where Cerberus says, I see. Then I just want to fight you. This is where, well, Issei says, sure. I mean, we are going to fight in the rating game, so why not? This is where, well, when they kind of go into the battling arena, Issei has trained on his body and his train on everything. This is where Issei says, let's bring it on, Cerberus. This is where Cerberus says, yeah. This is where, well, they both launch at each other, but this is where I'm going to end it off for part, well, 3 of this What If. Now, the reason why I'm ending it off is because, not just because I didn't watch season 4. Well, I did. It's just my throat is hurting, and there should be like 52 minutes. I'm not going to record much more. But other than that, bye-bye, potato. Not potato. Mostly bye, Chuckle Fucks, and other than that. But yeah, bye.